Test.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to come out to StubHub Center for the LA Galaxy's unveiling of their newest midfielder, number 8, Steven Gerrard. We're going to go ahead and get started right away. We're going to start with AEG President and CEO Dan Beckerman, who will open with some comments on the Galaxy signing of Gerrard.
Thanks very much, Brendan. Thanks to everyone for being here today on such an exciting and historic day for our club. I think everybody who's been around the Galaxy knows that our goals are pretty simple. We want to be the best club in North America, and we want to compete for the MLS championship every year. And we think if we can do those things, we're going to be a team of choice for the best players in the world, and that's our objective. And we know that to meet these goals, we need to invest. And at AEG, we're committed to the continued investment in this club and the improvement of this club. whether that's in our facilities for both our fans and our players, whether it's in our development system with the Galaxy 2 and with our academy program, but most importantly, that investment comes with players. And we're very fortunate we have a great and proud tradition of great players with the LA Galaxy. Some of the best American players like Landon Donovan, Omar Gonzalez, Giassi Zardes play for the Galaxy. International players, been very fortunate as well with David Beckham and our current captain and reigning MVP, Robbie Keane. Today we get to continue that proud tradition with the addition of Steven Gerrard to this club. He's an iconic player, he's a legendary player, and he's accomplished in everything that he's done in the sport. Now, Bruce and Chris both know that they have the green light to improve this team whenever they can. And when you get the opportunity to add a player of this skill and this talent with impeccable character and great leadership, that's an opportunity that we have to seize. So I'm proud to be here today to welcome Steven Gerrard to the team and look forward to hearing his comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. I'm going to turn over the floor to LA Galaxy President Chris Klein. Chris?
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for coming today. As Dan said, this is a great and exciting day for our club. So many things have to come together to make a signing like this. The first is the continued investment and focus, as Dan mentioned, from our owner, Mr. Anschutz, and the support of Dan in AEG to continue what we've done in the past, and that's signing big players and doing everything we can to make the best club for our fans, for our team, for our players, for our manager, and this signing continues that tradition. The second thing is we have to have a team and a manager where we can bring a player like this in, and Bruce has built that. And so we're proud to have the guys that we have behind them, American players that we have, guys like Robbie, Giassi, and we think we're poised to make another run at this. This is a soccer decision first and foremost. Like everything that we do, we want to put ourselves in a position to win each and every year. The last thing is the player, and this one ticks every box for us. First is his character and what he's meant to a club like Liverpool, what he think he'll mean to us on the field, off the field, to the young players as young as what we're doing in our academy. So we're excited about this day, excited to introduce him to everyone, but most excited to see him out on the field here at StubHub Center. So, Steven, welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Before we get to Steven Gerrard, we're going to turn it over to LA Galaxy head coach and general manager Bruce Arena.
Well, thank you for coming out today. When we looked into the possibility of signing another designated player, we certainly had some holes to fill on our team. And when the opportunity arose to talk with Steven, we instantly thought he would be a perfect fit for our team. And Steven's leadership and ability on the field is outstanding. And I think in time he'll demonstrate to everyone here in Los Angeles, and as he has already in our organization, he's a first-class person and player, and I think he's going to be a great fit for us. And we know in time, once he gets settled in, he's going to be obviously a key player towards our success, and we're so very excited to have him here. We're very fortunate that Steven chose the LA Galaxy, and we think it's going to be a great fit. I do again want to thank the hard work of Chris Klein in working to make this happen with Dan Beckerman. They worked tirelessly to make this happen, and certainly Mr. Anschutz's approval made this all happen. So it's a terrific day for the Galaxy. I look forward personally to work with Steven. He's been great since he's been here for the past week, and I really look forward to us having a lot of success and working hard together and trying to make this the best team we possibly can. So thank you, everyone. Steven, welcome to the LA Galaxy. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
It's our distinct pleasure, Steven Gerrard.
Well, first and foremost, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming today. A fantastic turnout. I'd like to thank Mr. Anschutz for making this move possible. Dan, Bruce, and Chris, who were very aggressive in making me come here. I'm very excited to be here. The game on Saturday can't come quick enough. I've had a wonderful reception of the supporters, of all the staff around the place, and even more importantly of my teammates, and I can't wait to get playing with them. We've got a fantastic team here, a fantastic setup, and if I can just add a little bit to that and contribute to the best of my ability, I think the future can be really bright. So, you know, as I say, I'm really happy to be here, so excited. My family are settling in really well, and now it's just down to business, which is performing on the pitch.
We're going to go ahead and open the floor up for a question and answer. We have 2 wireless mics, so if you'll raise your hand, someone will come over with a mic, and you can ask a question of any 4 of the folks up here on the dais. Adam?
I think it's very exciting to be a member of the LA Galaxy. You mentioned 2 names there, David Beckham and Landon Donovan, who've contributed terrifically well for this football club. You know, if I can follow in their footsteps, I'll be very, very happy. You know, David's a hero of mine, someone who I was lucky to play with. He's a fantastic guy and a wonderful footballer. He's certainly someone who I leaned on for advice and asked a few questions before I decided to come here. Landon, who I played against at Everton, who was the enemy for short periods of time, but I'm sure I'll bump into him around the place, and it'll be good to bounce some feedback off him as well. And you know, he's a legend here and a hero. You know, I've looked at some of his performances over the years, and you know, that's the standard that I'm sure everyone at this table is looking for. So hopefully I can follow in their footsteps.
Martin Rogers? She's right there.
Hi Steve, welcome to LA. Has it been a bit of a whirlwind for you? Obviously you spent your whole career at a club like Liverpool, and now you're here, a new team, new league, and a new country as well. What's it been like since you touched down here?
Yeah, I think the last 7 days have been a bit of a whirlwind, but the move hasn't, because you know, I've had time to prepare. You know, I announced I was coming to the Galaxy in November, so I've had time to do a lot of thinking, a lot of preparation before I arrived. But I've had a bit of jet lag. You know, and moving into a new house, moving my family over. We've been in Liverpool all our lives, so it is new, it's fresh. It has been a bit of a whirlwind, but it's very exciting, and you know, for me now, I'm just looking forward to getting my boots outside on the pitch and hopefully getting some wins.
Kevin Baxter?
Stephen, welcome to LA.
Thank you.
Now you've had a few training sessions. In Liverpool, you played with some of the same teammates for many years. Now that you're learning new teammates, a new coach, does it feel seamless to you, or is there going to be some starts and stops a little bit?
I think there'll be a few minor stops and starts and a few tweaks. You know, the players have got to get used to me, the way I play. I've got to adapt to the way the team plays and certain individuals play. It's going to take a small period of time for the manager to get used to me, for me to get used to the manager and all the staff, but I adapt pretty quickly. I've been around the game for a long time. I'm very experienced. So I think that transition will happen very quickly. For me, I want to get off to a good start. I'm not coming here with any excuses that I need months to settle in. I'm looking to fire from the beginning.
Vinny?
Stephen, you've trained today. How does it compare to what you're used to, and does the mind also be cast back? Do you pay much attention to what's going on back home?
There's a football pitch, Vinny. There's balls, there's goals, there's bibs, there's cones, there's coaches, there's players. It's all the same to me. The level's very good here. We've got terrific players. You've seen on Saturday a terrific performance. I'm coming into a very good team. I'm coming to the champions. As I say, if I can just add a little bit to that, I'm here to help the other players. As I say, I've been around a long time. I feel like I can help with my experience in the game. We've got a young squad. You know, it's my responsibility, along with Robbie and a few of the other older guys in the squad, to help these young players develop and improve, and I'm really looking forward to that challenge. But it's not much different to back in Liverpool for me. It's normal service resumed on the training pitch, and I hope that's the case once the game starts as well. I'm really enjoying it so far.
And as you mentioned the welcome, how did it affect you? Were you surprised? What do you make of the amount of people who turned out to see you over here?
Well, without being big-headed, you know, I'm quite used to this attention. I haven't played for the national team for 15 years and playing for a huge club in Liverpool for 17 years, I'm quite used to attention when it comes down to media conferences. So I wasn't surprised by the turnout. I've had a wonderful welcome from the players and the staff. And when I come on the pitch the other night, the fans made me feel really good as well. So everything's fell into place really nice. And now it's over to me to do me talking on the pitch. And, it's very easy for me to sit up here and talk the talk. Now I've got to walk it.
Scott?
Stephen, there was interest in you elsewhere. What was it about the Galaxy and MLS that told you this was the place to be? What things did you need to hear from them before you could agree to be here? And what are your expectations in with this club and in this league?
Well, I think what struck me the most was how aggressive Bruce, Chris, Dan, and Mr. Anschutz were in trying to get me to come here. That made me feel very important and wanted. I think that's key when you're a footballer. I had options to stay in the Premier League, options around Europe, but I didn't want to compete against Liverpool. I love Liverpool Football Club and I always will do. I'm still a fan to this day and I will be for the rest of my life, but I needed a new challenge. I needed a fresh challenge. I didn't want to become a squad player or a sub for the club that I love, having been a regular in the team for so long. And this, come to me through my agent in around October time, November. I had a short time to think about it. I spoke to Bruce and Chris, and after one or two conversations, I knew this was the place for me. Moving forward, it's all about success. I come here to win. If there's anyone out there who thinks I'm coming here for a holiday and a last paycheck, they'll be proved wrong very soon.
Go ahead.
Stephen, what's been the biggest challenge for you off the pitch adjusting to the LA way of life?
The jet lag. I was absolutely wiped out for 3-4 days when I arrived. But I'm coming to a wonderful city, away from the training pitch and the game. It's a great city for my family to live for a new life experience. As I say, I've spent all my life in Liverpool. I'm a Scouser. I'm proud to be a Scouser. But at 35, I felt it was the right time for a new challenge in my life. And also, I want to give my children the chance to live in a new place and, challenge them for the next couple of years.
Bring your sunscreen?
Factor 50. I got it off Keno.
I was just going to ask you about that, Stevie. There won't be too much over here, too much rain during the matches here. Are you happy with the weather? Happy with not playing under the rain?
I haven't played yet, so I can't tell you whether I'm happy with it. But I'm ready for the challenges, the travelling, the weather. I know it's going to be hot. I know it's going to be humid in certain places. But it's the same for all the squad that I'm going to be playing with. It's the same for the opposition. I'm not a player that'll use excuses. I'll get on with it and I'll battle through all the challenges and the hurdles that are put in front of me. I have done being a Liverpool player, and now I'll do the same for LA Galaxy.
Go ahead.
I have 2 questions.
There's a mic right behind you.
Great. What's the best advice you've received on how to adapt to MLS?
Well, I think, as I say, I spoke to Robbie and David before I decided to come here, and they told me about the travelling and the weather. Bruce and Chris made it very clear in the couple of conversations we had as well. But these are things that I've had to deal with in tournament football for England in pre-season. Believe it or not, in August and September and May back home, it's very warm and very hot to play football in. So I've done it before, and I'll do it again, and hopefully I can, have a very high level of performance.
New team, new players. What's the key ingredient to building that cohesiveness, in particular with Juninho in the center?
Well, I think the training pitch. I've had a great week's training so far. I think time on the training pitch, getting used to each other, getting used to Juninho and all the other players that I'm going to be playing with, and they need time to adjust and adapt to me. But I don't think that'll take too long. Already we're already working on partnerships and relationships, and I believe they'll progress and become very strong.
We'll go with Martin here.
Steve, over here again. I'm sure you've heard a lot of stories before you moved over here about how soccer has increased in popularity in the States and continues to do so. I just wondered if over the weekend you had a chance to see the Women's World Cup final and had any sense of the kind of excitement that generated in this country.
Yeah, I watched the highlights of the game, and the ladies done fantastically well. So congratulations to them. thoroughly well deserved. And also a special mention for the England girls as well, who we're all really proud of. They've done a very good effort. You know, football's growing, both male and female over here. I think there's a real big buzz about the league, and that's credit to also the men's team that done so well in the last World Cup. And for me, it's fantastic to be a part of that. You know, I'm not going to change football over here, but if I can just contribute and add a little bit to it, I'll be very proud.
Go ahead.
Stephen, you've mentioned settling your family. What do your wife and 3 daughters enjoy most or think is unusual about LA in general?
Well, my 3 girls are only arriving today. They had exams in school and didn't finish school until Friday. So my mum's bringing them over today. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And that's another challenge for me, is to help them settle and get used to life over here. So we're really looking forward to doing that. Alex is settling really well, you know. She's got a gym routine going and she's making new friends. But for me, if Alex and the girls are happy, that'll certainly help me perform on the pitch. So that's going to be key over the next couple of weeks to make sure that they're happy.
Adam.
Stephen, you've played with one club your whole life. How important is it to have a face like Robbie, who's you've seen before, to help you with the adaptation? What has he told you just about jumping into the culture? Because he says that's kind of key to how he had so much success at the beginning of his Galaxy career.
Yeah, it was very nice to have Robbie about on day one. You know, he introduced me to all the players and to the staff as well. I know Robbie very well from back home. He also lent me some Factor 50 as well, so it didn't burn on day one. So, yeah, I mean, he's a good teammate. I'm looking forward to playing with him. You know, he's the MVP last year. He was on fire on Saturday. It looks like he's going to come into a bit of form, and it's my responsibility to make sure that Robbie keeps firing as well by keeping the service up for him. But, you know, it felt like I was coming into a new school, a new class when I arrived here. But, you know, all I can say is thank you to all my teammates and the staff to make me feel so welcome.
Scott.
Stephen, just following up on adaptation questions. In terms of adapting to the team, to living in a new place, you've lived in the same city all of your life. This is really your first time away from home. One thing in your autobiography you had written, homesickness is a part of me that will never go away. How do you get through the homesickness? How do you get to where you can feel comfortable here, being so far away from home for as long as you will?
Yeah, well, I wrote that autobiography when I was 25. I'm 35 now. I'm a big boy. I've matured and I've got a lot more experience under my belt. I'm also the father of 3 kids now, so I don't think I'll get homesick anymore. I'm prepared to stay here for as long as possible and, you know, help this club be successful moving forward. If I get a bit of homesickness moving forward, I'll have to deal with it. As I say, I'm ready for any challenge and any hurdles that are going to be put in front of me.
Go ahead.
Hi, Stephen. BBC Radio Merseyside wants to know what you're missing about Liverpool right now.
My teammates, the club. As I say, I love Liverpool, a city. I will miss it at times. But, you know, I'm so excited to be here. You know, moving forward, it's about me playing for LA Galaxy and what I'm going to bring to the table for my new club. Everyone knows Liverpool will always be in my heart. But for me now, it's all about fighting for a new badge in LA Galaxy, and I'll work as hard as I can, both on and off the pitch, to do whatever I can for this club.
And in a follow-up too, have you heard from any of your former players or even Brendan? Like a good
I've heard from Brendan, I've heard from the staff and the players. You know, I've got wonderful relationships with them all, and I'll stay in touch, and I'll go and see them all in the winter and support the team. But I'll be looking in from afar, and I'll be watching every Liverpool game that's shown live out here.
Go ahead, Dan.
This question is actually for Bruce. Bruce, now that Steven is here and with the team doing quite well as they are recently, how do tactics change at all for you? How do you envision Steven's role to be once he is ready to go?
I don't think we'll change a whole lot. Obviously, Steven's qualities will offer different dimensions to our team, but on the training field and in our first couple of games, we'll get a better feel for each other. The adjustment with Steven, I don't think it's going to be that difficult. The challenges we have ahead is that we're missing players now, and they're going to be coming in later. And obviously, Giassi and Omar and Jaime will be coming back in August, and they'll have to get adjusted as well with Steven on the field. But I think The one thing he is, he's a great footballer, and he has a very good working understanding of our team already. Stephen did his homework before he got here. He knows our players, he knows what they're about, and he's seen some games, and I think the transition will be a smooth one. And as we move forward, there'll be subtle changes, but I don't think things will change drastically.
We'll go Kelly.
Stephen, is there anything you expect to learn about yourself, maybe as a person, with this new kind of challenge?
Not really. I think I know enough about myself. I haven't been around the game for so long. I'm not expecting any surprises, really. For me, the key is just settling as quick as I can, and as I say, the couple of weeks ahead, getting used to the players more, getting used to the staff more, and I think it'll help me getting some time and some minutes on the pitch for real. That'll help me settle even more. But I'm not expecting any drastic surprises out here. I'm used to life being a footballer and a professional, so nothing changes as far as training and playing is concerned. And away from it, I like to stay pretty private with my family and go about my job professionally off the pitch as well.
Edward.
This is Edward with Hoy newspaper here in LA. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you.
This question is for Chris. Chris, should LA Galaxy fans should be expecting any more big signings this summer? And is there any truth to the Giovanni Dos Santos rumor?
I mean, as we say all along, we follow the rules of the league. We're happy to add Stephen as our third designated player, and right now there's nothing available that will allow us to add another player. If something does come, as Dan said, we'll be aggressive and take advantage of every rule that we can, but we don't discuss players that are not signed to our club, and we're not going to change that practice today.
Thank you.
Martin.
Stephen, you competed against Frank Lampard throughout your entire career. Now you both come to the MLS at the same time. Obviously, there's huge sports rivalry between New York and LA, and it was between Chelsea and Liverpool. How you look forward to that rivalry with Frank again here in America?
Well, as a player, I love individual rivalries and I love team rivalries. I've been used to them throughout my career. I think New York have just announced Pirlo as well. So they're improving their team, which is healthy for them. But for me, it's about me and my team, and we feel we're capable of competing against anyone in this league. And I've got the confidence I can compete against any individual in the league. So I think the rivalries are healthy, they're exciting, and I'm looking forward to playing against Frank and all the other midfielders in the league. I'm ready for all the challenges.
Josh.
Welcome, Stephen. This question is for Chris and Dan. Can you sort of outline how quickly all this sort of came together with Stephen and the deal, the timeline of that?
Yeah, it happened fairly quickly. As Stephen said, we started talking right around time of the MLS Cup, and through his agent, became quickly clear that there was interest possibly on both sides. We didn't have to give it much thought. When a player like Stephen's interested in joining your club, there's really not much discussion that needs to take place. Obviously, we need Mr. Anschut's sign-off, we need Bruce's sign-off, but those are very short discussions when you're talking about the quality of person and the quality of player that we have here. So once the interest was confirmed on the other side, things happened very, very quickly. His agent was great to work with, and it'd be nice to tell a grand story where we overcomplicate it, but we didn't have to fly over there and meet him in person. It was a couple phone conversations, and when the deal was done, it was done. So
I'm going to take two last questions. We're going to go here and then there.
Hello, Stephen. La Nación newspaper from Costa Rica. The teams of MLS plays in the Champions League of CONCACAF. What do you think about this tournament, about visit Costa Rica, about visit Honduras, and these places that the pitches is not good? and if you can give me an opinion about Costa Rica in the last World Cup that you played with.
Well, Costa Rica done fantastically well. I think they were the surprise team in the group. I think they're improving as a nation very quickly. We've got some fantastic players. I'm looking forward to watching them moving forward. As far as bad football pitches are concerned, I've played on them all. I've played on fantastic pitches, I've played on plastic pitches, I've played on poor pitches. You have to adapt as a player, and you have to do whatever's in your power to perform individually and collectively on that pitch. So I'm used to whatever's put in front of me. As far as the travel's concerned, my manager and my boss sits next to me on the left. Whatever he asks of me, I'll do. Wherever he asks me to go, wherever he asks me to play, whatever job he wants from me, it'll get done to the best of my ability.
Stephen.
Last question.
What was your perception of the MLS when David Beckham first signed with the Galaxy, and maybe how's it changed over the years?
Well, I think it's grown. I think it's improved. I think the teams and individuals are getting better and stronger as the years go by. But I think football as well, even the ladies shown just days ago, it's grown very, very quick. I've been very impressed with the standard in training so far from my own teammates, and I look forward to seeing what the level is like from the opposition teams who I come up against. It's early days for me to answer your question fully because I'm yet to compete against the teams, but I'm certainly looking forward to the challenge. But the level's very good, what I've seen this week, and hopefully I can try and raise that level a little bit more.
Thanks, guys. Now going to bring these guys up and have them pose for a photo opportunity.
Thank you.
You guys just want to loop around to the front of the stage. Just have you hold this up. Guys, we're going to do the group photo op first, and then we'll do Steven by himself. So, Bruce, Dan, you want to get in there? All right, now we'll just have Steven pose. Thanks, guys. Bruce Arena and Chris Klein will be available for one-on-ones over here. Steve will be turning around. Just one photo. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.